Hey Treble, do you know any songs that I can use with the pentatonic scale? Hey everyone, this is part two, Ambient Guitars, that we're working on through this song. If you remember last week, we discovered all the chords that are going to be involved, which are going to be the B flat major, the G minor, the D minor, and the C. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch part one. That'll give you a lot better backstory of what we're doing here. We're going to use our full bar chord here, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually play the third finger on the 4-string, the first finger on the second string, and then we're going to use the fourth finger on the first string, same fret as the third finger. So we're skipping that third string. This is going to give us the root, the fifth, and then here's the other root. We're going to add the next note in the scale, which will be the ninth. So when you have root, fifth, and ninth, it's called an add ninth chord. So all you got to do is figure out where your root is on the 4-string. In this case, B flat on the 8th fret. And then you do the rest of that shape. So we're going to go B flat, A, G. That's the 5th fret. So now we know. Third finger, skip a string, first finger, 2 frets back. And the 4th finger on the first string, same fret as the third. That's a G add 9. So we have B flat add 9, then G add 9. So what chords are those going to go with? Well, the B flat add 9 is going to go with the B flat major chord. And the G add 9 is going to go with the G minor chord. The next chord in the sequence was the D minor. So G, A, B flat, C, D. That's on the 12th fret. 12, 10, 12. There's our D add 9. What I like about add 9 chords is they're ambiguous in their sound. They can actually go with major and minor chords. For instance, I'll add a major third, and then I'll add a minor third. It works equally well. So that's one of the reasons why the add 9 is such a great ambient friendly chord. So the next chord that's in line is the C. Now, something about the C that I want you guys to be aware of is that when you have a push or a really quick split bar, and you're dealing with something that's really washy and with a lot of reverb and a lot of effects where it's drowned out, you might not want to actually make that move, because by the time you get there, that chord might already be gone. So what I would possibly do, in fact, what I actually did in the track, is I used the B flat add 9, then I used a G add 9, then I did a D add 9, and then I let the C just kind of float by. Now that gives me another reason. I can actually hear the progression shift and not get lost in any of the sauce. And I go back and I do it again. Now this time, if I want to add something, I might just do that. I might not do the root 5th, 9th. I just might do root 5th, because that gives me one less note that I have to do, and I can get back to the B flat quicker. So add 9, that's the shape that we're going to use. So it's root, 5th, and 9th. Another shape that we're going to use is the major 7th. Now in this case, the major 7th works with major chords. So here's a cool little thing that's happening. When we do a B flat major 7, really we're kind of doing a root, 3rd, 5th, and 7. And the way I'm doing this is with the top 3 strings, I'm just using root, 3rd, 7th. So I'm leaving out the 5th. Now if I wanted to add the 5th, it would be like this. But in this case, I'm just going to do it with root, 3rd, 7th. So that's the 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. This works double. Because remember when we talked about the add 9 chord? This guy right here can add almost like an add 9 chord for the G minor as well. So I could actually let this play over both chords. And then the other chord that we're going to use is F major 7. That's once again going to act almost like an add 9 chord of the D. So I like that as well. So we have our B flat major 7. That's 3, 3, 5. Those are the frets. And then we're going to do 10, 10, 12 for our F major 7. Now, if we want to, we can add other things. But just with this, we can get a lot of mileage out of this. I can mix them and match them. So add 9, then maybe a major 7th. Major 7th, add 9, add 9. Kind of letting that C just be on its own and not really doing anything for it. You can also use your pentatonic scale for this. And what I might do is use the 3rd string version of this scale, the 2nd string, and the 1st string. So what you do is you take a snapshot of your scale. In this case, we're using F major pentatonic, 13, 10, 13, 10, 12, 10. And we're going to use the 12 on the 3rd string, 10 on the 2nd string, 13 on the 1st string, and get that sound. Which has got a cool sound. And the more you have like crazy effects and different ideas going on in your sounds, the more these shapes will take different meanings. So if I use maybe this one right here, Listen to how that just keeps going. That sounds so cool. I'm just using those add ninth chords with the major seventh chord. And then with that little hybrid chord that I made out of the scale. All this works. Sorry about that. Thought I had my do not disturb on. That'll be interesting. So yeah. I can just sit here and play this stuff all the time. And if I change one more, maybe I might want one that's going to be, this one says play at night. We'll see what that one sounds like. Oh, that one's cool. So once again, add ninth chord. Right, you hear it? So hopefully this gives you a better idea of what you can do with just a couple of extra chord shapes and with some really cool effects. Delay, reverb, and modulation. All this stuff will work with. All right, stay tuned for next week. We're going to work on some lead lines, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you then. Have a blessed day.